First internship starts on Tuesday. Any advice? Got my first mechanical and manufacturing engineering internship that starts on Tuesday. I'm really afraid I'm not going to perform based on my past experiences. I'm going to be working for a small, medium company that was recently acquired by a larger company. This summer will be the first time they hire interns, so I wasn't really explained much in depth about what I'll be doing on the job. I have good grades at school, 3.8 GPA, but I've always lacked in the real life situations / thinking like an actual engineer because of my ADHD / anxiety. Every time I'm part of a project for a class or club, I'm always the worst member because I suck at coming up with ideas or thinking fast. I'm only good at studying for exams. Any advice for how to succeed in this internship? I'm afraid the issues that I mentioned above are going to carry over to my internship. The engineering managers are probably expecting a lot out of me because of my GPA and the fact that I kind of oversold myself when discussing my part in projects and clubs during my interviews. I know that I'm probably overthinking this, yes you are, but part of me is afraid that I'm going to get fired mid-internship because I'm incompetent. You won't, unless you fall asleep at your desk. TLDR, I suck as an engineer and I start my first internship on Tuesday. How do I succeed? Alright, so I kind of sped through reading that, but let's talk about it. So, first thing that they say, I wasn't really explained much in depth about what I'll be doing on the job. So, yeah, depending on if they worked to try to structure their internship program or not, you might spend a lot of time shadowing other people. And if you're in a position where you're sitting at your desk and you're doing nothing, you are doing it wrong, find your way into shadowing somebody else into a meeting, into a manufacturing line thing, out in the line or anywhere you can. Try to spend as minimal time as possible doing nothing. You say that every single time you're part of a project for a class or club, you're always the worst member because you suck at coming up with ideas or thinking fast, and that you're only good at studying for exams. Okay, change your frame of mind here. Be a little bit more positive than that. You have a great GPA, you mentioned, so that says that you have some great characteristics. It says that you are probably pretty organized and pretty disciplined in the fact that you probably study pretty well to keep your GPA that high, and you have good study habits. So translate those good habits into good habits as an employee. For example, if you're organized and you're disciplined, make sure that you're arriving on time every single day and you're leaving and you're working and keeping yourself busy and managing your time effectively while you're there, so you're not in a position where you're sitting around and doing nothing. That's what would frustrate somebody about an intern, if they're just sitting around doing nothing. You say that you suck at coming up with ideas or thinking fast. Well, nobody expects the intern to solve their problems. If a company is hiring interns and expecting the interns to make a massive difference and improvement to the company in the way that they function, that's not a kind of company you'd want to work for. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to get something out of the interns, but they shouldn't be expecting you to be charting the direction of the company as an intern. So you're not really going to have to be the ideas person. When thinking fast, well, you'll be surprised at how slow things move in industry. But be positive. You say, any advice how to succeed? You say the engineering managers are probably expecting a lot out of you because of your GPA and because you oversold yourself? Probably not. They're probably not expecting a lot out of you. They shouldn't. They should expect you to show up with a positive energy and wanting to learn and show up on time and not be twiddling all your time on your phone at your desk. That's the first steps to having a good internship. You say you're probably overthinking this, but part of you is thinking that you're afraid that you're going to get fired mid-internship. That's the only thing that I've heard of that's gotten somebody fired from an internship is because they fell asleep at their desk consistently. So, and they didn't even get fired from the internship. They got kept through the entire internship, and then they just didn't get a return offer. So, just show up on time, be positive, ask good questions, don't ask the same questions over and over again. Follow people around, make sure that you're not just sitting around doing nothing. Put yourself in a position to try new things and to make yourself as helpful as you possibly can. And know that you're not going to be perfect, you're not going to get everything right, so keep that positive energy and give it your best, and you'll be surprised at how much of a well-liked person you can be at the internship. So that's how you succeed at an internship. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All those things really help me out. They boost me up in the YouTube algorithm, and they'll help other people see this great content. Make sure to recommend the podcast to your friends. You can listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts content from. And make sure you leave me 5-star reviews, like all my videos, and consider subscribing on Patreon or Anchor. All those things help me out, and I really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.
Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.